welcome to another episode of Degenerates Are Us. We are in the studio, Anthony. Sports are returning. That's right, we are the only podcast where sports literally got canceled the day we started the podcast, but it did not stop us, ladies and gentlemen, because there's a degenerate in you, there's a degenerate in me, there's a degenerate in everybody, and degenerates are us, baby. Anthony, how you doing, man?
I'm feeling real good. You know why I'm feeling good, Joey?
What's that?
I'm collecting my bread.
We are rising the fortune, baby. Tell me about it.
You tell me. You owe me $100. I have my doubts. I think that baseball might have the best chance because with everything going on in the bubble, it's like you have MLS, you have NBA and WNBA. I think it's just like too many people that like someone's gonna catch it, and then if they do, they're just gonna shut that shit down. That's just like what I'm thinking. But I guess you never know. Like, you know, they're gonna have to keep it running for money. You know, like they're paying the players and all that. I think that NBA is. I don't know. I want to see it, you know, go, but I think it's gonna shut down.
I agree, man. I think it's tricky. We kind of talked before the show. Do we want to do are we going to make it through the whole season, at least of MLB? Kind of, but I said sure, but I'm going to need at least what did we agree to? A 3-1 payout, I think.
For which one?
For the actual, you get the MLB season doesn't end. It does go all the way through.
I'll keep it on.
Well, I think we kind of said organically here. So what do we think?
So I'm thinking, I'm gonna hold to MLB going through. I think that'll happen.
You do want to go with that side?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think NBA might shut down, but I'm not like positive. If you want to throw money on it, I'll do.
So these
I'll do
two.
5-1. Take it or leave it.
5-1. You're saying they both shut down?
No. I'm saying NBA has a greater chance to shut down. I think MLB will go through.
Okay, take it or leave it at a 5-1, and you're getting the 5-1 here.
I'm getting the
down NASCAR.
Jeez. Yeah.
But with that being said, yes, it is baseball's return for what's going to be probably the weirdest season, easily the weirdest season, not probably, easily the weirdest season ever. We have 60 games only, shortest season of all time since I believe it was and I'm going to mess the year up here, the 98 strike of the MLB.
When Columbus came to America.
And when Columbus came to America in the ocean blue, if you believe he actually did go to America. And that whole conspiracy theory. Not diving into that, more importantly, we're diving into baseball. And so we got a 60-game schedule here. It's going to be, I think, a very strange return. We kind of talked about the breakdown a little bit. We already set up our bet whether the season's going to return or not. If it does all the way through, how do you see the season playing out? We got some World Series odds here, but I want to hear your opinion first before I read these to you. I do, baby. But go ahead and tell me your thoughts first before you get going. I get going.
Honestly, I feel like just off the top of my head, I'm pretty sure like they have like the Dodgers and Yankees as the favorites.
Yep.
Because those are on paper like the two best teams.
Dodgers are 13-4, Yankees 7-2.
Okay. I'm honestly thinking that like with a shortened season, like that might benefit a team that's more like middle of the pack, just because
I agree.
They don't have as many games, like they don't have to prolong the season as much, and like they don't have to really be in sync. Like they can literally just go on like a hot streak and do something. So like honestly, if I had to pick like a team to win the World Series, I'd pick someone like more in the middle of the pack. Like if I looked at it, if you have it up, like names that come to mind are like. Like Oakland. So
out of the
Braves.
If I could interject for a second, so out of the teams, and go ahead. So this is the odds. I'm just going to read them off.
Mm-hmm.
Dodgers are 13 out of 4. Yankees are 7-2, and just this means out of 100 odds, guys. Astros 12-1. In case you didn't know, Twins 16-1, A's 16-1, Braves 17-1, Nationals 18-1, Mets 18-1, Angels 18-1, Cubs 20-1, Rays 22-1, Reds 22-1, Cardinals 30, Indians 30-1, Phillies 30-1, White Sox 30-1. Red Sox 35-1, Brewers 40-1, Diamondbacks getting there, Diamondbacks 51, Padres 50-1, Rangers 101, Giants 125-1, Rockies 201, and finally coming in the last 5 here, Blue Jays, if they have a place to play, 201, Pirates 301, Mariners 301, Royals 301, my poor Orioles, yes, I am an Orioles and R-word fan, get over it, 501, Tigers 501, and Marlins 502-1.
It's hard, man. I mean, it's just like a lot of shit going on. Like, there's like a new story every day. I don't know. I feel like, I'm a little biased too, but like, I think regardless of what happens, regardless of, who gets injured, if anyone develops the virus or whatever, I think the Lakers are going to pull it off. I mean, I just think that, I don't know. I think that, I'm biased, of course, but I just think the Lakers are going to do it.
No, I know you had mentioned that last week as well, and we'll kind of get into our bet with that way, and then we'll kind of get in a little more details of our sleepers and our avoiders here.
Yeah.
So basically what our bet was is I had the Bucks, you had the Lake for our bet on the NBA Finals here on how it's going to play out, baby. Nice and even, straight up. I'm still feeling even better about the Bucks. You probably have a little bit of butterflies in your stomach now, buddy. I believe that we're going to have some JR, some Schrumpet return to town, baby, because there's no way we can win a Finals with LeBron James without the goddamn winners, who should be on the Mount Rushmore basketball, baby. Schrumpet, who can shoot like nobody else, and J.R. Smith, who he may not remember which side of the basketball he has to shoot on, but boy, howdy will he shoot it.
I don't know, man. I think that JR will be alright for the Lakers. I mean, he's a nuthead, but he's better than, what's his name? Who are they going to sign before J.R. Smith? They were talking about somebody else. I'm blanking on it. Not Jamal Crawford, because he's nice, but they were talking about somebody else.
Can the room help us out here?
Yeah. Quick phone a friend.
What would you say?
The Lakers were thinking about signing someone else other than J.R. Smith. It was between him and two people. I can't remember who it was. But anyway, I mean, JR's solid. He's a nuthead, but he's solid.
I think he's I think it's just an interesting fill of players that we're gonna have in here, man. And I think this is just gonna be such a kind of weary. I'm so happy sports are back, Anthony, but it's gonna be such kind of a weary feeling. Who ever thought J.R. Smith would be fucking in a uniform again, except for LeBron James, who thinks as a GM he's the best player of all time. So, how do you feel, man? We can finally get some parlays going. We can finally get the sports we know best are back. Whew!
I feel good, man. Honestly, I mean, I'm probably gonna watch a couple games, see how things play out, and then I'll probably hit some parlays or whatever. But I'm excited just generally because I mean, to be honest, myself, maybe I think you were betting on some Korean baseball and shit like that, but I wasn't betting on shit. I wasn't betting. Guilty.
Who knows? It's not like I was up at 3 a.m. watching Korean baseball.
Yeah, I was betting on literally I probably bet on golf and maybe 1 or 2 soccer games and that's it. So I'm excited to just have more stuff to actually maybe bet on that I follow and have a better chance to win some bread. But I'm feeling good overall. I'm feeling good.
With that being said, Degenerates R'US is back, baby. We feel fucking fantastic. If you want the locks, you know where to go. And if you want to record your own podcast and join this family, of course, join at Four Corners Radio, DM at Four Corners Radio, or go ahead and send us a message on our website. And I've been drinking a little bit, so the beer is coming up, baby. That is the magic of live podcasting. You gotta love it. And with that being said, again, go join at Four Corners Radio and DM at Four Corners Radio to be part of the fantastic family.
Promo, baby.
To be part of that family that is Degenerates R'US, that is free therapy, that is, of course, 5 holers, last nice guys, bread and butter, face of the franchise. Come join them all. It's a free-for-all, and we want you to be part of it, baby.
Yes, sir. Shout out Sam, too.
And shout out, of course. Yeah, you know what? You never give any shout out, Sam, I don't think once. So I'll be the first podcast here on Degenerates R'US, and Anthony being the first podcaster to shout you out. Sam, our editor at Four Corners Radio, smiling there with a wonderful Sam smile. Thank you for all the hard work you do.
Yes, sir.
New to you, you're all right, I guess. You're tolerable. With that being said, the head of the studio. With that being said, thank you so much for listening. As always, Buffalo Wing Factory is where you get the best and finest wings you could possibly eat, baby, and green tea shots. And if you want to burn your face off. With that being said, I'd sign us out 100 times. We'll sign us out one more. Degenerates R'US. There's a gambler in you. There's a gambler in me. There's a gambler in all of us, baby. We are out.